Light the fires, Valhalla! Welcome to Seven Kinds of Mischief! I'm getting tired of that.
Still never gets old.
That was fire.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Seven Kinds of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good evening, everybody. A big welcome to Vinny. Good evening, my friend.
Dude,
I've been wanting to introduce everybody to Vinny for a while. My mic sounds good because Mexican Iron Man showed me where I was being stupid. So we fixed it finally after years. Anyway.
Oh, beautiful.
Valhalla, just a brief introduction. I met Vinny, what was it, about 4 or 5 months ago now? Maybe a little longer than that. Yeah. And just like everyone in the group, you find someone who's real, who's authentic and talented. You want to hang out with them. And Vinny was a very, very welcoming person. And also, you're going to feel very fortunate tonight to see what this man has created. He has got talent that is unsung in some circles, but he has done a lot for the community that you guys really haven't seen so much of. And today I want you guys to be exposed fully as much as we can to what he has done. Everything from toy creation to his newest comic book stuff, which I'm eagerly awaiting. So, Loki, go ahead.
Oh, I was just letting you go, brother.
Oh, okay. I don't want to hog your show. I mean, I guess
no. Yeah, it's our show, brother. Go right ahead, man.
Dude, what an intro
well, after from what I've gathered so far, because mostly what I've seen is the stuff that you do recently, all your comedy and everything. But I did find out, was your introduction into the gaming world doing the toy art, or were you doing comics before that?
My career kind of started at McFarlane Toys. I've done some things here and there, but like my main job that I was doing was through Todd. And then after that, I did a bunch of freelance and got into the comic book side of things. Like I always wanted to do comics. That was my main thing I was looking to do. But I had an opportunity to design figures for Todd McFarlane, so I ended up doing that. And it's technically still in the comic book realm.
So what is some of the most memorable or things that people would easily recognize as your work from McFarlane?
I was responsible for the Tortured Souls 2 line, the Clive Barker ones. Mm-hmm. I did about 3 or 4 of those figures. I did the Viking Age line. They were more it was like medieval and Viking. It's kind of like it was in that realm. But I designed all those figures, Onimusha 2, Kiss figures. I've done a bunch of stuff. But yeah, and the comic book world, like I've done a number of different covers for different companies, all sorts of shit, from political to horror books, hack and slash. I did a cover for them. at Image Comics, and I've been working on my own stuff. So I'm on
What was the
campaign
first
number
thing?
6.
Yeah, what was campaign number 1?
It was actually the floppies of Through the Woods. I did like the single issues, and because people didn't really know me in the circles that we're kind of running in, to do the crowdfunding stuff. That campaign, like the numbers were so small, not that many people knew about it. But as I did like campaigns 2 and 3, like back to back, people were like, oh shit, who's this? Oh my god, this works great. By the time I got to the 5th campaign, that ended up being a collected edition for Through the Woods. And because people love the work so much, and people are telling me that I can't do a hardcover, you can't do it. That's all I ever heard. Can't. Unless you hit 6 figures or whatever, and 6 figures, young lady. And I went, what's this horse shit? I crunched the numbers and I got as damn close as I could. I'm like, I could do a hardcover at this price. So I said, if we hit this goal, I'll make it a hardcover. And the fans got me over the hump on that one. Kept it open, and we're still doing good. But those books are going to be disappearing soon. So that was my big fuck you to everyone saying that you can't. Sorry.
Do you want to show
I
them
love
that?
that. I love that. Yeah, let's show them. I love that. I love you can't do that. No, fuck you. Damn straight I will.
That's it. I mean, my whole career has been like that. From all these people who tried to hurt me and stop me. Again, I just want to say, it's hilarious. Joe Quesada got the can. He finally got shit canned. That guy, he stole artwork from me and stopped my career from happening at Marvel. So I was supposed to do Spider-Man 2 weeks before I signed the contract. He stepped in and put one of his buddies on the book instead, and stole my artwork and redrew it for one of his books. So there's another big fuck you to that guy.
All right. Well, let's see it. Why don't you show everybody Through the Woods, if you can?
Oh yeah. I got it coming up. I got to bring it up. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Just a second.
I'm putting in tracking numbers because I'm here for the fans. That's what it's about. Getting great stories out there, great artwork.
Let me go back up to the top. I was looking at it. All right, guys. So this is Through the Woods, hardcover collected edition.
Yep. And this is essentially, it's a ghost story that takes place in upstate New York. We have Laura Langley, who inherits this property. None of her other relatives wanted it, and it went to her. And during the course of that, she finds out it's actually haunted, does some research to find out more about the property. It was an old loggers camp about 100 years prior, and some very nefarious things happened. So you find out how it takes place. You get everything here. It's the complete series. So issues 1, 2, and 3. You get a complete beautiful story. It's got, again, ghostly and horror type elements in there. This isn't me saying it. This is the fan saying it. Probably, I guess, amongst the top 3 books in crowdfunding and independents. People who got it could not stop praising it. And even by the time they got to the end of the book, I heard, people had written me. You could even read it on the campaign that they got emotional at the end of the book. So to have that kind of impact means we did a damn good job. The co-creator and writer on the book is my brother Frank, and I did everything in it, from drawing, inks, color, lettering, you name it. It's all me.
I absolutely love the look of this hardcover. I really do.
Thank you, man. And it's more of a European format, so it's more oversized. It's not just a regular comic. It's more substantial.
I love hardbacks, so I'm a huge hardback collector. Just ask Adega. I've been bugging him to do a hardback of Evolution for how long now? 2 years, and you finally did it?
Yeah, about 2 years. Yep.
Nice. I ordered mine, by the way. I'm waiting for it to arrive. And
thank you.
Because Adega is the fucking man. He's like, yeah, you don't have to. I said, I want to. What are you talking about?
Look at that artwork, though.
It's amazing.
Seriously,
it looks absolutely amazing.
Wait till we see some of the new stuff. We'll get to the most recent campaign. I'm floored. all of you who know comic books, you could see one of the things, and I'm going to toot his horn for him, that he's known for is, and I noticed this as being a doctor, just the way he can draw people is amazing. And on his YouTube channel, he actually does classes where you can go back to some of his old videos, and he shows you how he does this.
Oh, absolutely. I made it a point to do that because a lot of people, I know they get their Patreons and everything else. I wanted to help out artists and people who are just learning. So, yeah, I started, I have like 17 different videos and a couple of live streams teaching people, composition, anatomy. They're mostly anatomy, but I got a little bit more into like the comic book storytelling aspects as well. Because, it's good to sharpen those skills, but it's also fantastic for, again, people who want to learn how to make comics and stuff, what they could get out of it.
Right.
You had
Scroll back
mentioned
up a little.
earlier the oversize, how it was oversized. That's impressive. You got your regular size comic and you've got that. That's nice.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
Which one did you want, Adega?
That one there. Now, see, he does human anatomy really well, but there's also the little bit of exaggeration for, we used to do the male gaze. Some of the women that he draws, my word. Anyway,
oh yes,
you can see her back end just kind of sticks out a little more prominent.
we used to do a show called the Comic Book Roundtable every Tuesday, and part of that show was the male gaze. Really good looking comic book characters. So very attractive comic book characters.
Thank you, man.
Yes,
yeah.
Definitely.
I'm a fan of the ladies, and I prefer realistic kind of proportions. But like Adega said, it's comic books, so you could exaggerate them and make things look a lot better and more sexy as well. Because I thought it's a visual medium. So why is everyone always trying to make people look like I don't know, cardboard cutouts and other boring shit, or have no curves, boxy looking? No, thank you. Let's
It's the Humpty Dumpty ones,
right? Oh yeah, Marvel has basically. Oh, I have a parody one too. So I did an art class, how to draw the Marvel way. I think it was like 2020 or 2021, and you start with a circle, and it's you get your nice big fat body mass, and then their short bobbed haircut, oversized feet. The least attractive thing you could find.
Right. All right. Now the one, I'm gonna get this one this month because I only buy one thing a month, and I make sure as best I can I don't get left out in the cold and wait 3 years for something. Can you move on if we have it somewhere? Shadow of the Kraken.
Yes, we have it. Before we do that, really quick, I just want to say, we were talking about this earlier. Vinny gets his comic books out on time. He does not. It's not like, oh well, we're 6 months late or anything like that. When he says you're gonna get your comic, you're gonna get your comic.
Oh yeah, that's it.
You should have seen him.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say you should have seen how exhausted he was last month, just before he had finished doing all the wording, getting the final pages done. He'd get on there and say, you could tell he's been up, just working nonstop to get it finished on time.
Yeah. I've been a machine, like the last 15 or 20 pages. Yeah, it was, going to sleep at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. Just, I had to make sure things are getting done, because if I slack off in any way, like I can't point the finger at anyone. I can't go, oh yeah, well, I'm late because this, and that. No, sorry, you guys paid for a book. You want quality, you're going to get it. And again, every one of my pages look like a painted cover. So there's a certain benchmark that I have, and I want to make sure that quality stays. So yeah, I put my all into it.
Here it is. This is the first one. This is what I got backed on him. I think I have the alternate, but I'm not sure. What you see on your screen now does not do justice to what you actually going to get in hand, because he showed me some of the better images of the book, and that's the alternate cover, right?
Yeah, that one is. I literally just, I think I pulled it on Tuesday. either Monday night or Tuesday night, because it was supposed to be limited. I told people, and it's in the update too. Once they start fulfillment, I'm removing the limited cover. I think there's like maybe one other way to get it right now, and that's super limited as well. So yeah, these are collector's items. I've been telling people the main cover is going to stay up, and there's a couple of different options with that. You could get it with one of the acrylic standees, you get it with a sketch, or you get it by itself. So I made sure you guys can still grab it, and yeah, it's it's been nuts. I've been packing books and running back and forth to the post office nonstop. I'm happy I got all the Australian backers out of the way, just in case if they start any more lockdowns. So,
right,
yeah.
right. You see these two ships here. I saw the better image of this, and it's hard to tell with this image, but when you see what he's drawn, that water, it has the translucence where you would think it thins out just like a regular splash. The water mists up. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I wish you guys could see how amazing the work is.
Thank you, man. Dude,
No,
yeah,
seriously, I'm not blowing smoke. People here know that I speak the truth.
Yeah, because it's I want to make sure people are pulled into this world. It's about escapism, real escapism, no agenda bullshit. Listen, it's a pirate story. You're gonna get pirates. You're gonna get what it was like over there. I try to make it as close as I could. So there's violence, there's hot women.
Wenches. We want wenches.
Wenches and whores. Because pirates got to unwind, right? But I didn't turn away from history either. Most people in different movies and shows, they skip like the slavery stuff. Well, that was a very big part of what was going on in the Caribbean at that time. So half the crew is made up of freed slaves and other defectors from the crown, because that's what happened in history. So it's something I love to do and to have fun with. My projects range all over the place. I have the futuristic one with the hot chicks, the City of Venus. But what I did as well is I have like a connecting universe, but I'm doing it in a way where you don't have to get everything to get the full story. But if you do, you're going to see other stuff in there. You're going to see the Easter eggs. You're going to see how I connect it all. Because I think these worlds should be, have history and feel very lived in. So that's kind of my approach with everything, I've been a huge fan of Stan Lee, and I met him a bunch of times. He even bought original artwork from me. So he's been a huge influence, and it's just something that I want to kind of give back and create in a bigger way, not just a quick cash grab or anything like that, because I know a lot of people, and I'm not saying names, I don't do that, but I know a lot of, they go, oh, it's crowdfunding. People are doing, making a lot of money. So they just try to come up with anything and get it out there. No. I spent years working on these stories, crafting a beautiful universe, making sure each character has a great backstory. That's what you need, because that's what my whole deal is. I want to get into comics because I love storytelling. I was a concept designer. I've done storyboards. I've designed figures. It's just, this is something that means so much to me, and I want to give back in a big way.
Oh, hold on this picture here, Loki.
Yeah,
he showed me this one straight off his computer and what's going to be on the page. And this image here doesn't do it justice either. There's lighting in here, candlelight, that reflects off of the swords and the blood work. And the detail is just, I can't describe. I haven't seen a comic done this well.
That means a lot to me, man. You know a fraction of what I put into it.
Maybe, but what I have seen is just astonishing. You could see some of the people in the chat. There's like Bartley. He likes your women a lot.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I love the ladies.
Yeah.
These are the comic books that we have been missing. These are the comic books that are not on the shelves. These are the comic books that we wanting to read, whether they're a more adult oriented, teen oriented, whatever it is. This is the stuff we want, not the put together trash. Oh, let's take 5 minutes to draw something that we're
Right.
getting in mainstream comics.
Yeah, you're 100% right, man. And that's why I went like that kind of pulp direction to start with. So that's why like Through the Woods it has more of that kind of classic horror and ghost story stuff. I have superhero characters, but you're going to start to see that a little bit later on here and there. City of Venus has elements of that. But again, I try to base things a little bit more in reality, and then you bring your comic book twists and turns in there. Like this one has a supernatural twist to it. But I want to make sure that the groundwork is there. People understand like what they're getting, what I'm kind of building. I'm showing like how it is to live and survive in that world, because pirates weren't just whatever the hell you see in Disney. It was a lot more cutthroat, a lot crazy, crazier situations and things that they had to do to survive, to stay under the radar, things of that nature. But like my main character, he was part of the Royal Navy, and he turns to piracy. You find out how and why, and then what he's been trying to do now that he's a pirate. And I'm trying to give different layers. And then the villain, who is like literally hunting down the main character, he doesn't even realize it. We have another item in the story. We have a treasure map that's carved into a skull, and it's coded. So it's like, who's this belong to? Who made it? Where's it going to lead to once it's deciphered? I'm playing around with a lot of different things because I want people to, when they read it, start to come up with their own theories and their own ideas, or just that they're hungry for more when the next one comes out and all that kind of stuff. So for me, it's a big elements, bigger worlds. That's what we need.
I love the ship here. I
you,
love the way the octopus is on the front. A lot of people don't know that ships like that can have forward firing cannons. They never see that because all they've ever seen is a movie where it's like, come on broadside. They have no idea there's actually forward firing cannons. No, I love it. I'm a ship whore. Whether it's sailing ships, whether it is starships, spaceships, whatever, I love ships.
That's awesome.
So I see this and I'm like, dude, I'd have that. I'd have that like sitting next to my desk in a bottle. Dude, if you had somebody make something like that, I'd pay $300-$400 for that.
Dude, that'd be again. I like to get into bigger things, but I'm not going to bite off too much more than I could chew. Because again, I'm handling everything by myself at the moment. But yeah, if I could cut some good deals and stuff, or I have the right people on board to make stuff happen, because I would love figures. I would love to do other stuff like that. That's why I did the acrylic standees. I want to start doing them on each of my campaigns, so that way they can start to collect, all my characters from the universe that I'm creating. So we have something there, but yeah, to have more 3D representations would be fantastic.
Those are his two in the middle are his art books. You get to see images from various different things that he's done. The one on the far left is City of Venus. It's his sci-fi one. Yep. And then, of course, we saw the Through the Woods on the far right.
Yeah, those first three are all attached to the City of Venus campaign with the link that's right there as well. So, the art books, they're 52 pages each. So you get everything in there, everything you could think of, from video games to movies, your favorite comic book characters. It's, full, beautiful illustrations of those characters. But this is the kind of post-apocalyptic kind of sci-fi world that I created. I'm my next book is going to be the sequel to this one. So City of Venus 2 is coming, and it's going to be a bigger book as well. This one's around 32 pages. I'm going to go up to 52 from here on out on everything that I do.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
and that's not a bad deal at all. 75 for 2 art books and the comic. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, those art books are 52 pages each. So you're getting 104 pages of beautiful artwork right there. And then the comic book. So, you can't go wrong with that.
And that there, you can't tell me he can't draw. Look at that. Sorry.
Oh, that's great. No, that is absolutely epic.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about. Having fun, having a good time, and showing off some highs. It's a good thing. But the story itself, it's going to go into some really cool places. This one, I kind of started off with like the viewer being in the same shoes as the main character. So this whole world's new to her. It's new to them as well. And you'll see how it unfolds and where I go with it, because there's going to be huge surprises in this one. This one's kind of like I'm throwing everything in the kitchen sink into this series from what I love and what inspired me. So that's why. And those things you see there, they're not technically zombies. They're failed experiments. Because like the elites that separate themselves from the world, all they want is to live forever, and they keep trying to figure it out, and they keep screwing up. So their screw ups they throw back down there, and you'll see some very interesting surprises, and where the story actually goes. So I know I'm keeping that one a little more vague because there's just so much involved in it.
Well, these are pieces from your art
from the art
collections.
books. Yeah. So I love mythology. We have Alice in Wonderland artwork in there.
It's amazing. I love mythology as well. Obvious. Well.
Oh,
Loki.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Big fan.
Yeah, this isn't about the Marvel Loki, even though, I like when it first started, I really liked Tom Hiddleston as Loki, but no, this goes way back to Norse mythology and love Loki. Love
That's
mythology.
awesome. Hell yeah, man. Those God of War games are great. I know they do their own thing with their mythology, but they're still fun.
Oh yeah. I was really disappointed on State of Play today that we didn't get a better Ragnarok, a little more on Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's one of the few games I'm very eager to get, because I enjoyed that last one so much. I didn't know what to expect going from Greek mythology into Norse mythology, and like how he crossed that bridge.
Oh yeah. And dude, the boy, come boy, this way, boy. But father, where should I go? In the direction of dear boy. Yeah. Oh, just Christopher Judge is the man. I'm a huge Stargate fan. So hearing that voice for the first time and going, holy shit, that's Christopher Judge.
Dude,
that's Kratos. Yes.
He rocked it, man. I had so much fun with that game. And I would just try to find whatever conversations he could have, extra conversations, just so I could hear that voice even more.
Yeah, jumping in the boat. Is he going to tell a story again? Tell me a story, father. Yeah.
Dude, that stuff was great. Dude, that's what it's about.
I think Loki likes this one. He's hovering over it quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in that too. What's up? Hook's got a Hook Pirate's he's got Tank. Yeah.
I wish I could show more of that, but I couldn't on the campaign itself.
Is that like a evil Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah. Well, technically, she wasn't a blonde in the book.
Yeah.
She is a brunette, so I kind of went along those lines. That was supposed to be a cover for another company. I made the deal with the president of the company, and then one of his shitty editors came over and was like, "Oh," he tried to lowball me. I'm like, "I just had the price laid out with the fucking owner of the company." Yeah, we can't afford that. Well, I closed my book, then you can't afford me. And I put it as my cover.
Damn straight. I love the Cheshire Cat at the bottom, under the table. That is absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I love trying to, make sure, especially if there's single images like that, they should have a proper story to them. I've been a huge fan of Frank Frazetta since I was a kid. So, yeah, if you're going to create an image, try to make sure you have a story that's in there as well.
So you've got City. Go ahead, Adega.
No, I was just saying that go down one panel.
Oh, yeah. This one?
That has to be a villain, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's
emotion in the drawing. It's awesome.
Lady Miranda. Yeah, she's
awesome.
She's definitely a baddie. It's fun to create those worlds, and like I said, there's so many different influences that I've had, and I want to make sure people get a great experience, and yeah, like the main character, she's going to be going through a lot, and like I said, I'm keeping it vague right now because issue 2 is going to have a whole lot going on, especially that I'm extending it to 52 pages. So yeah, you're going to get more backstory, you're going to find out more about the main character, but I want to keep it a surprise right now. And as it unfolds, like people are going to get a whole lot more out of it and where I'm going to go. So again, issue 2 on most of my books, they go big. They go bigger in action, bigger in story, and it's fun, man.
Mine do the same thing.
Right? It's because you get the
Yes.
groundwork out of the way in the first issue and some nice big elements, but then 2, like that's where you're gonna have your fun.
Right.
And this one has a lot of action too. There's like a couple of explosions right off the bat in that one.
When are you going to start on the next one? Is that immediately following fulfillment of Kraken, or are you already started working on it?
Yeah. There's I have big chunks of the story that are already written out, and I have notes that I've done because there's a lot more science stuff that's going to be involved in there as well. So it's just piecing that all together. But like I know my beats, like what's going to happen in this particular issue. It's just the in between stuff, like how you can make it a little more juicier, add a little extra spice in there, and other connecting elements to other stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, I want to make sure people have just an overall amazing experience with these stories.
Well, you certainly impressed Bartleby. He says, "I'm buying everything."
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, man. That's a beautiful thing right there. That's what I like to hear.
All right. So what is it besides comics that you would consider your biggest gift to the community?
Oh, geez. That's a hard question. Well, I don't know. Well, you mentioned it earlier too. I think, teaching people, how to make comics, anatomy, and give them back in that way. I never thought of myself to be like a teacher at any point, but I heard from a lot of people that they learn so much from watching my videos on that stuff. So yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
You got Uni who now draws after you.
Yuka,
that's her name. I don't like
it. Yeah. I've been coaching her a lot on stuff and helping her with the anatomy, and her storytelling is pretty damn solid. But little pointers here and there to make composition a little bit better. And it's a great thing, man. I've done it with a number of artists over the years, but I don't go around telling everybody, oh, I help so and so and blah blah blah. But if they say it themselves, I'm fine to say it. But yeah, I think giving back in that way, some knowledge on how to make comic books, how to sharpen things up, make things look better and more crisp. But it's good stuff. Wow. I enjoy that. That and I'd say more recently, you guys might have seen him here and there. Good old Hans Koch, the true source to all things Star Wars and Marvel related.
He has a whole thing of impressions. I think my favorite is Fauci because I hate him so much.
I replaced him, but
oh, you don't have him on there anymore?
You're wrong, Rand Paul. You're wrong. I did not create COVID in a lab in Wuhan. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
What was your hardest thing to like refine? What were you hardest on, like yourself when you were sharpening your craft and getting everything perfect? What was the hardest thing for you to like get perfect in your mind, to be like, okay, finally, the hips look the way I want them? Whatever it was, what was it?
Yeah. Different areas, I guess, were different things. So while I was learning anatomy, that's a good question, man. Yeah, it's all different things, to be honest. I know a lot of people struggle with feet and hands. That's kind of a common thing. There's nothing that really stand out to me in that way. But I'd say when I got to the coloring process, that drove me crazy because I wanted to make sure I had a very unique kind of style and things that looked like had that realism to it, but still had enough of like that, graphic design type of stuff for comic books. To find that balance was very tricky. And I think, I mean, a lot of people tell me too, I have a very distinctive style because I can do all kinds of things from, again, mythological characters, cartoon stuff, I had done a kid's book as well with my brother at one point. It's all like in a Disney style. So, more kind of bubbly, friendly looking characters rather than your big, super heroic looking stuff. So, yeah, it's if you can learn proper realism, you could apply and pretty much learn anything else or adjust your style. You know,
Yeah, because I was going to say you show your on your I think it's your well, maybe it's your intro where you show both Luke Skywalker, the young Skywalker, and the dwarf, whoever he was from Game of Thrones, and they are very realistic looking.
Oh yeah. Give me a second.
Oh, Pennywise looks pretty cool too.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. When I saw that remake movie, I was blown away. I was damn surprised at what they crafted, and I think that clown looked way more menacing. But I could share Tyrion with you real quick here.
Yeah, let's see that.
So yeah, here's some of my realism. So here we got. I'll zoom in so you can really see the details on this.
That is amazing.
Like I really made sure to get, every bit of detail that I possibly could. Since again, it's a headshot, so some things are going to be a little bit more limited. But yeah, really making sure that my line work went crazy in here. Because again, it's not just like a painted style. I want to give a little more to it. Because again, everything's hand drawn and then digitally painted. So I don't trace over things. I know there's a lot of artists that do that. I've always kind of been like, since I was a kid, I was good with doing portraits. So yeah, mixing my styles up a little bit, like making sure like to get that type of realism in everything, details, extra line work. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to go.
It's absolutely epic. I love it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's some of the stuff that you could see out of the art book. And I met Momoa. He's got a poster of this. He went apeshit when he saw it. He was so fucking happy.
I bet he did.
Bro, holy, like he went off. He was super thrilled. He came by my table later during the convention as well, and I got another photo with him over there. He's like, bro, I don't know how you do what you do, man. This is fucking amazing. He was one of the coolest celebrities, by the way, that I did meet. Because when he was done with his signing, he was like collecting and buying artwork from Artist Alley for him and his kids. I don't see celebrities doing that. Like, it's very rare. This guy made sure to do that. So
he's a totally different breed. That's one of the reasons why he was kept down for so long.
I think so.
When he got his big opportunity in Game of Thrones is when he was living out of a van. A lot of people don't even know that. He was living out of a van when he was doing that first season of Game of Thrones. He didn't have money to do hotel, motel, anything like that. So he's living out of a van doing Game of Thrones. And some of us knew him back from like Baywatch, from Stargate Atlantis. And then he got that Conan shot. And I was really, really hoping that when he got Conan, I was like, this guy deserves it. He kicks ass. He's a really good guy. He's nice. He's not full of shit. He's not some fake Hollywood asshole. He's from Hawaii. He's really down to earth. And then nothing with Conan. And I was like, shit, that's it. We're never going to see his ass again. And he pops up in Game of Thrones and then he gets Atlantis. And I was just like, hell yes. He gets Aquaman.
Yeah, he was at the convention where I met him. Was the convention where he actually announced that he was Aquaman. Nobody knew until he went out on stage, and I literally met him right there backstage before he went out. And I showed him like the little one. We got a photo. He's like, "Yo, bro, stop by my table later. I got to do this thing." He goes out and then he spits the water out, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm Aquaman." I was like, that was pretty fucking cool. Yeah, good guy. And it's funny too because I knew somebody else. I'm friends with another actor and a guy in the muscle universe. There, he was like Mr. Universe and shit. Mike O'Hearn. He was in the running for Conan as well. and it went down to like the last 3 guys. It was Momoa, him, and somebody else. But I think because they looked at his age, they thought he was too old. But yeah, Momoa ended up winning that one. So I thought that was pretty interesting and kind of cool. I knew a little bit more about that Conan movie before it happened. It's sad that they fucked up the ending of it.
Yeah,
There was so much potential because I thought he had a good look for Conan. It worked, but the story kind of shit the bed.
yep. No, I absolutely agree. He had the look, the story should have been some of the I didn't like some of the fight choreography,
Yeah.
but besides that, he did a fine job. He didn't do anything wrong.
No,
It
he
was
was all
just
right.
man.
Yeah, it's a shame. There's so much more material out there, and I don't know. Hollywood keeps doing that crap. You know, that's why it's up to us to make sure we get better stories and better things out there all around. You know,
Right. They don't have any storytellers.
no, they have people who want to
No.
do like member berries. You know,
Or self inserts.
yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's gross. You know, my latest episode of Hans Cock, I go over that a little bit because there's like that Sama Amanat from Marvel who, you know, she disappeared off the face of the earth as her Kamala Khan character is going to be put on TV. And it's why. Because, well, that character was a self-insert, one. And then two, she got Me Too. She was allegedly had forced guys to sleep with her. And Disney ushered her out the door quietly. Which is, again, these are the type of people that are in this industry that are ruining things. Because who cares about that character?
Right.
Give us some A-listers. No, we went down to the C and D level of newer characters that no one knows shit about, and they're just forcing it down everyone's throat.
Well, if it was good,
But it's
I
not.
honestly don't think it would. You know, you could have a B or C list character as long as it's good and it grabs the audience.
Yeah.
They're interested.
Well, and you're right. You're 100% right. Because look at Iron Man was not an
Yep,
A-lister.
yep.
He became
That's
an
right.
A-lister. You know, he had good stories, and you know his power set was cool with the suit and everything. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy, same thing. They were known, but they weren't as widely known. So yeah, no, I agree 100%. But we know that the newer ones were all handpicked by certain people who should have never been in those positions. And again, that's why I urge you guys watch episode 5 of Hans Cock. You're gonna laugh, but you're also gonna be informed on what they had done and why the industry started falling to shit. And the catalyst of that was Joe Q.
All right. You know, Loki has mentioned a couple times some of the conversations that we had and some of the battles that I had with editors and doing things to my books. But Vinny here is another one who's been in the trenches and had to fight for comments. And some of the battles you lost, like with McFarlane. He never did get the big idea about making female characters look like good characters.
Yep. Yeah, this one drove me absolutely bananas. Because we did the research. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, we want more hot chicks. No, we made sure everyone who worked in the art studio. We went to comic shops. We went to hobby stores. We went everywhere where they were selling the figures, and we said, "What do you guys want to see more of?" And 90% of them said more female characters, and Todd was refusing it. Nah, they don't sell. When in fact the numbers dictated the opposite. Every time he had a female figure, they would sell out, and people can't find them. Then you have the scalpers that would charge, you know, triple, quadruple the amount of what they're worth. And now forget about it. There's some figures that are going for like $300 in his old lines. Why? Because they look good. People wanted those characters. He's doing the same thing right now at DC, and he had a tantrum or something recently. Like he had an interview on one of these toy guys on their channel. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing more female figures like that because boys who find girl toys in their lane, they become serial killers." What kind of stupid shit? You know, and again, Todd, I respected, worked for him. I see how he operates. I think he's some sort of an idiot savant. I don't know what it is. He just has luck falls in his lap. But again, he was one of my inspirations when I was a kid. I wanted to draw comic books because of the stuff he was doing. So I'm not knocking him on that level, but when it comes to certain things like that, I'm like, you have the DC license for a number of years now, and all we have are a handful of Wonder Woman figures. Most of them look like shit. 2 or 3 Batgirl characters. How come we don't have Poison Ivy, Supergirl, a proper Catwoman, or an Adam Hughes type of Catwoman? If he's done Sean Murphy's Batman, White Knight, that you're proving you could do a specific artist style as a toy. Why don't you do again an Adam Hughes line? He's done Wonder Woman. He's done Catwoman. Beautiful looking, nice tits, great curves. Those toys would fly off the shelves. You couldn't keep
Instead,
them.
you gotta order them from Japan. That's where you gotta order them. You gotta get on eBay and you gotta import them, get them imported from Japan. You want a nice figure like that? That's where you gotta order it.
Well, that's it. They don't have the balls. They don't have the balls to do it, and that's the sad thing. And they're all complying with other dumb shit. There is no need for doing half the stuff that they're doing or what they claim. Like, oh, we're not going to put guns now in packaging. But yet he had another line that's in Target and Walmart that has guns. Like, what kind of hypocrisy? None of it makes sense. It's so stupid, but it's complying to the narrative that's out there. Sorry, I don't mean to get political.
No, it's fine.
Wasn't
it you're good.
You that said that it was the Punisher that one of the models didn't have a gun with it?
Yeah, it was Punisher and what's his face? The Red
Which is
Hood.
idiotic.
The Robin with the red hood. He's known to have guns. His fingers, they sculpted them where they have trigger fingers. But nope.
Oh, Red Hood?
Red Hood, yeah.
Yeah, Red Hood's got guns. He's got 2 handguns. He's had 2 handguns from the very beginning.
Yep.
But not a McFarlane toy.
Nope.
But
yet he's releasing a weapons pack later on, I think. So go figure. Like the whole thing's a mess. It's so stupid. It's nauseating, really.
Well, Vinny, we usually go for an hour, and thank you for taking the time. Seriously.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Usually on Thursday nights, he does toy reviews because he does know his toys, and he hangs out with, you probably know him, Tommy, the Guinea Pig Collective.
Yes.
They both know toys very well, and they have cool discussions, which usually go off the rails.
I don't know that much about toys. I just know that I buy them and I open them. People were like, "Oh my God, how are you going to open those 1980 Playmate Star Trek TNG bridge set?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm going to open it." Shit like that. I love opening old stuff. So
nice, man. Yeah, no, they're fun. I've been collecting since I was a kid and working in the toy and statue world. Yeah, it's been something else. I've done designs for Randy Bowen, shit for Toy Biz. I got to redesign Spider-Man years ago for a couple of figure lines. It's cool stuff, man. And again, it's all in that artistic sphere all the way, man. From video games to that. I have video game designs that made it into the toy designs that made it into the video games as well. I did weapons designs that made it into the Onimusha video game for Capcom, which was damn awesome. But
wasn't that the one? Onimusha, is that the one that you were playing a while back? I can't remember, Loki.
No, I've never done Onimusha on a stream. I played it on the original. I played it on PS2, Xbox back in the day. I've got copies of Onimusha sitting here next to me. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Those swords, the weapons in that were absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they were a killer. They his plain sword was my design. So it's Onimusha 2. If you got like the box art and it's kind of like pointed at you, you could see like the I forget the name of it right now. Like the ring that's around where the blade comes out of.
Yes.
Yeah, and on the hilt, like I got like the dragon that's on it. Yeah, that was all me. And they loved it, and they decided to put it into the game, which was awesome. And I had like three or four of the weapons designs that made it into the game, like an ice staff, one of the wind weapons. And dude, yeah, it was awesome, especially back then, because I was a huge fan of the first game. I'm the reason why they made the figures. I literally took the files. They were in the trash. I'm like, what the hell is this? I open up. I'm like, Onimusha 2. I didn't even know they were making that game. I was blown away. I'm like, why is this in the trash? Did someone make a mistake? And they're like, we're passing on it. We did Spawn Samurai.
Oh my God.
I went, dude. And when I told them how much the first game made, it like broke records at the time. Like the guy who was running the art studio like spit food out of his mouth, nearly choked. He's, what? I'm like, yeah, I could do these designs. Yeah, go ahead, do them, and if Todd approves, and yeah, we'll go ahead. And everything just went ahead smoothly. That was like one of the first things that I did. So I made McFarlane millions of dollars just off that one line of figures.
So, do you remember any of the G.I. Joe stuff?
Oh yeah, I love G.I. Joe.
Okay, do you remember the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier?
Yep.
That big bastard. Me and Bartleby floated that bitch in the pool in my backyard when we were kids.
Holy shit.
We carried that out there. It took both of us to move it. And we floated, and it lasted all of like 5 seconds before it sank to the bottom of the pool.
Holy hell.
And I mean, dude, there was just parts, there was missiles, parts, the little vehicles you use to move stuff around on the carrier, and all kinds of shit all over the floor of the pool.
Holy shit. Yeah, I knew one kid when I was young, and there's the one rich kid on the block, and I saw it in person once. I'm like, holy shit. That thing was massive.
Oh yeah, it was massive. And we put it in a pool. We put it in pool. We put every G.I. Joe toy, whatever we had in that pool. Everything got sunk.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I did that too. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I didn't have that, but I had like the smaller vehicles and shit. And yeah,
I blew them up.
We did that eventually. We did do that eventually. All right, guys, we're out of here. Benny, thank you so much, brother, for dropping by and showing us your work. Thank you, brother.
Dude, thank you guys. I really appreciated it.
There are links. Chris Persia's got links right out there. Chris and Mark have been throwing links. Thank you, gentlemen, so very much tonight. I have the best mod team. You guys are absolutely great. Thank you for throwing links. Both the links are right there. Get Benny's books. Get them while you can, because once they're gone, they're going to be gone. And you're going to be like, man, I wish I got that pirate booty. Or I wish I'd have got that werewolf book, because that chick had a kick-ass ass. Whatever it is, guys, get it now. Don't wait.
That's it, man. Yeah, thank you. And thank you, chat. You guys rock.
Yeah, good people here, and I'm glad everyone got to meet each other. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Adega. Adega's the one who organized this whole thing, so it's all Adega's fault.
He's a beautiful son of a bitch. Love him.
Hashtag blame Adega Outlaw. Guys, you've been great. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And Adega and I will see you next Thursday night on 7 Kinds of Mischief. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.